See how my FX6 went from doing this. What do I do? Would it explode? To doing this, and how I was able to fix the problem. It's the moment of truth. And this works. Well, so far very quiet. The noise is gone. Hi, how you doing? What I found out on these FX6 is that every once in a blue moon, when you unplug it and plug it back in, it'll stop working. I tried to, unplug and replug a couple times. Still doesn't work. The reason why I unplugged it was that it experienced some kind of pinging noise coming from the motor, like some kind of metallic tapping noise. Or the impeller housing. It was very annoying. I couldn't get used to it. It's happened once before, and I had to remove this whole motor, get it out, and clean out the substrate particles that's stuck inside the impeller chamber. So I just opened it up, and I saw that all the sand is like caked right by where right by where it enters the motor channel over here. So I just started sucking out these sand. I put some water back in, and it's gonna suck out these sand to try to get it cleared out of the way. The goal is to get rid of any sand that's in the filter before I remove the motor housing and try to clean it. As you can see, I use this long spatula to help with the process. Just gonna try to remove as much sand as possible from the motor side of the FX6 and move it to the opposite side. Like so. So when I go ahead and dump out the water, I'll dump it out from the opposite end and take it into my utility sink and rinse the remaining sand under the water. I want to get as much out of it before I do that, so that I don't end up clogging my my sink drain pipe with sand. So, okay, I'm just gonna go dump it out, and I'll come back when I'm ready to take apart the motor. As you can see, I actually found a better way of doing this. Just siphon the aquarium water out with the tubing. I just tilt the FX6 a little bit. Tilt the FX6 while I rinse it out. Rinse out the sand on the motor side, so that all the sand gets collected on the opposite side. All the sand is collected on the opposite side. With this aquarium siphon hose and the gravity-driven water, it's enough to rinse all that sand away. So what I do, in order to save the sand, I'll just pick it up and dump it right back into the aquarium. So this way you can see. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall. So since sand has a little bit of weight to it, so when I tilt the water in, I have to tilt it right away and kind of shake it a little bit so most of the sand can come out. Yeah. I got most of it out. What I'll do is I'll repeat the process. That's how you get the water out. No need to stuck on the hose. Alright, got some more water back in, and only that much sand left. Hopefully I can get most of it out this time. As you can see, there's just 4 screws along the impeller housing that need to be taken out. They're very steady, so you want to hold it with your other hand. Okay, upon opening up, this is what the impeller housing look like. I haven't removed the impeller yet, but if you look at the filter and look at the amount of sand that's stuck on there, there might even be, I mean, it's still very wet, but there might even be like tiny bits of Malaysian trumpet snails on there. I'm not sure, but without delay, I'm just gonna get it cleaned up. And I've pulled the impeller out. It's really dirty. It's all gunked up with fish poop, detritus, whatever else you call it. And on top of the magnet itself. So I can see how the impeller restriction would. Yeah, it's just nasty. So I'm gonna clean it all out and put everything back together. So stay tuned. Don't forget that little piece of O-ring too. It fell out as I was pulling the impeller out. Okay, I just went and got it all cleaned up inside and out. And one thing to mention is I had to take this motor housing, turn it upside down like this, and then like try and kind of bump it against my hand to get any bits and pieces of the sand or coral shells out of that chamber, because if there's anything that comes in the contact with the impeller, I just clean up. Anything comes in contact with that'll be the cause of your chatter and everything. So I'm just gonna stick it back in like this, and we're ready to put it back together. I know, because the FX6 riding gotta get lined up right side up. So I'll be back. I should mention that the sell O-ring kit that includes the I believe the O-ring inside the impeller housing that I just mentioned, as well as the input and output tubing mount. I don't know if you can see that there's actually a pair of O-rings on each. There's one on the top and one on the bottom on that side, one on the top and one on the bottom on this side. Over time, the O-rings get compressed. It's not going to provide good enough of a seal, so it's good to get it changed out as part of the maintenance. The maintenance kit also comes with the O-ring that goes on the underside of the lid, where my finger is pointed at. Goes all the way around. I'm going to check for any cracking or dryness that'll prevent it from creating a proper seal. So mine still looks okay yet. It's the moment of truth. This works. Well, so far very quiet. The noise is gone. Looks like I fixed it. Basically just took it under my kitchen sink and spray with strong spray of water inside the motor chamber. I didn't get to record that, but that's what it took to get every bits and pieces of chunks of sand out. And also I've applied a thin layer of coating of silicone grease. This is the type that I use. Waterproof grease. Put that on top of the magnet for impeller, as well as lubricated the O-ring seal for the impeller housing, as well as a pair of O-rings inside here, a pair of O-rings inside here, and that helps keeps a good seal. So far, no noise at all. My water has just shut off. It's doing what FX6 is doing. In the meantime, let's go over here to my other one, and you can hear how quiet this one is. There's definitely sound coming from it. That's how you can tell that it's actually working. But there's no chattering, no abnormal noise from this one. And let's go over here, and we'll wait until the water turns back on again. It's still doing its purging. You can see right above that strawberry OB over there, the outlet is actually stopped. So it's doing the purging for like a minute or two, so let's give it some time. Oh, it just kicked on. Water flow is as strong as ever. And let's listen to how loud this motor is now after we clean it. Yeah, sounds as quiet as the other one. You can see a little bit of water, air bubble trickling in. Are just normal since we just filled up this canister after cleaning. So everything is as good as new. Hopefully this thing will keep it going for some more years to come. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you got something out of it. Happy fish keeping, happy African cichlid keeping. Look at these sand dunes that they did to my tank. They just basically moved out all